What if I told you that this past week, AI systems just beat the world's best programmers at their own game, solved problems that stumped every human competitor, and somehow that wasn't even the biggest story? We're talking about AI systems achieving perfect scores in elite programming competitions, the first major entertainment studios suing AI companies, and China ordering its biggest tech firms to stop buying American AI chips. All in 1 week. This isn't just another AI breakthrough story. This is the week that changed everything. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why tech insiders are calling it AI's watershed moment. The past 7 days delivered a perfect storm of AI developments that collectively signal something massive. We've crossed the threshold from experimental technology to mainstream disruption. This affects everyone, from students wondering if their degrees still matter, to content creators worrying about their livelihoods, to anyone trying to understand where this technology is actually heading. But here's what makes this week different. It's not just about new capabilities anymore. It's about money, power, and the very real battles breaking out over who controls AI's future. Let's start with what might be the most technically impressive development. At the 2025 ICPC World Finals in Baku, Azerbaijan, essentially the Olympics of competitive programming, something unprecedented happened. OpenAI's GPT-5, working alongside an experimental reasoning model, achieved a perfect 12 out of 12 score. That would have secured first place against 139 university teams from around the world. Meanwhile, Google's Gemini 2.5 DeepThink solved 10 out of 12 problems, earning what would have been gold medal performance. But here's what's really remarkable. Both AI systems solved problems that completely stumped human competitors. Gemini cracked Problem C, a complex optimization task involving liquid distribution through pipeline networks, using sophisticated algorithms that no human team could figure out in 5 hours. Now you might be wondering, what does this actually mean for me? Well, if AI can outperform the world's brightest computer science students at algorithmic problem solving, we're looking at a future where software development, engineering challenges, and scientific research could be fundamentally transformed. Dr. Bill Poucher, the competition's director, called this a key moment in defining the AI tools and academic standards needed for the next generation. That's not hyperbole, that's recognition that the game has changed. Here's where things get interesting from a business perspective. OpenAI just launched something called thinking capabilities, but here's the catch. They've created 4 tiers, and the most powerful reasoning is locked behind a $150 monthly subscription. Think of it like this. ChatGPT can now think more deeply about problems, but how deeply depends entirely on how much you're willing to pay. Free users get just 1 thinking message per day. Plus, subscribers at $15 monthly get up to 3,000 thinking messages weekly. But the heavy thinking mode, the really powerful stuff, is exclusive to Pro subscribers. What's fascinating is that OpenAI has made the computational cost visible. You'll see progress bars during longer reasoning sessions, basically showing you the mental effort your AI assistant is putting in. It's like paying for different levels of human expertise, except it's algorithmic thinking power. The question this raises is whether we're heading towards a world where AI intelligence becomes a luxury good. And honestly, that has some pretty significant implications for equality and access to these tools. Now here's where OpenAI's made a decision that's got everyone talking. They've implemented what they call safety ahead of privacy and freedom for teens, which essentially means AI treats users completely differently based on age. If you're under 18, ChatGPT now refuses flirtatious interactions, monitors discussions about self-harm, and can actually contact your parents if it detects suicidal ideation. For adults, they promise doctor-lawyer privilege levels of privacy and maximum freedom within safety bounds. Parents will soon get blackout hours when teens can't access ChatGPT, along with notifications when the system detects their teenager in acute distress. There's even an age prediction system that defaults to restrictive settings when it's uncertain about a user's age. CEO Sam Altman admits this is a privacy compromise for adults, but a worthy trade-off. But it raises profound questions. Should AI companies be making these decisions? And are we comfortable with algorithms monitoring our children's emotional states? Meanwhile, the geopolitical battle over AI is heating up. China's Cyberspace Administration just ordered major companies, including Alibaba and ByteDance, to halt testing and cancel orders for Nvidia's AI chips. This comes after President Trump confirmed a controversial revenue-sharing deal requiring 15% of AI chip sales revenue to flow to the U.S. government. But here's the twist. China isn't just sitting back. Huawei's domestic chips are reportedly achieving 80% of Nvidia's bandwidth, with some systems actually outperforming Nvidia's latest offerings. JP Morgan projects Huawei will ship up to 650,000 AI chips in 2025, contributing to Nvidia's market share in China dropping from 95% to 50%. This isn't just about trade, it's about who controls the computational infrastructure that powers AI development. And that has massive implications for which countries lead in AI innovation over the next decade. But perhaps the most significant long-term development is what's happening in courtrooms. Disney, Universal Studios, and Warner Brothers just filed a comprehensive lawsuit against Chinese AI startup Minimax, claiming their app enables willful and brazen piracy of copyrighted characters. The studios are specifically worried about AI generating substantially longer and even eventually the same duration as a movie or television program. They're essentially trying to draw clear boundaries around what AI can and cannot create using existing intellectual property. Separately, Penske Media Corporation, owner of Rolling Stone, Variety, and The Hollywood Reporter, launched the first major U.S. publisher lawsuit against Google over AI overviews. They claim Google's practice of using journalism content without consent violates antitrust laws and has caused their affiliate revenue to decline by more than a third. The core issue here is fundamental. Who owns the content that trains AI systems? And how should creators be compensated when AI uses their work? You might be wondering, does this mean AI will replace programmers entirely? The answer is nuanced. While AI can solve complex programming problems, the creative aspects of software development, understanding user needs, designing systems, and making strategic technical decisions still require human insight. But the nature of programming work will definitely change. Another common question, should I be worried about AI accessing my content? If you're a content creator, these legal battles are absolutely worth watching. They're essentially determining the rules of engagement between AI companies and creators. The outcomes could affect everything from fair compensation to how AI systems are trained in future. So what does this all mean? This week showed us that AI has moved beyond the experimental phase. We're now in the commercialization and regulation phase, where the really hard questions get answered. Who profits? Who's protected? And who gets left behind? The technical capabilities are impressive, but the business models, legal frameworks, and geopolitical tensions are what will ultimately determine AI's impact on society. We're watching the formation of an entirely new industry structure, and the decisions made in the next few months will shape how AI develops for years to come. What's your take on these developments? Are you excited about AI's capabilities, concerned about the power concentration, or somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found this breakdown useful, consider subscribing. With AI moving this fast, staying informed isn't just helpful, it's essential.